everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Beautiful Boys. A new one, a come to Jesus. We've added structure. We've decided to get serious.
We've built the bones of the show, the skeleton, if you will, and we're going to then drape free-flowing fun around it.
Yeah. But before you jump into that, why don't you tell them about some dates you got coming up?
Sure.
This will be the 16th.
Okay, excellent. MikeCannonComedy.com or punchup.live/Mike Cannon. The 17th, that's tomorrow. I'll be in Milford, Connecticut at the Mac. And then this weekend, September 19th and the 20th, I'm going to be on Levittown, Long Island. On, not in. You cannot be in Long Island. You must be on. And then later in the month, September 26th through the 27th, I'm in Portland, Maine. Just dabbling in some H, having a good time, doing 3 shows at the Empire Comedy Club. Very excited. Again, all tickets, MikeCannonComedy.com.
I will be, this coming weekend, I will be supporting my wife at the Punchline in Houston and probably jogging in Memorial Park every morning. So if you want to come out and just touch me, I am available, and it's been a long time since I've been caressed.
You should get fitted for a grill while in Houston.
Ooh, I should go find Paul. Paul. We're on a first name basis. Have you ever seen that Blood Diamond thing with him? No. Anyways, it's a documentary. Please come out and see me at these shows, though. These are very important. I'm calling this the Cracker Barrel Tour. I will be in Columbus, Ohio, Wednesday, 24th. Thursday, the 25th, I will be in Indianapolis, Indiana at the White Rabbit Cabaret. Cincinnati, the 26th at the Comedy Commonwealth Sanctuary, something like that. The 27th, I'm somewhere in Cleveland. I'm sure you can find it if you Google it. And the 28th, I'll be in Morgantown, West Virginia, fixing everybody's teeth.
The Cracker. That's a barrel of laughs.
Yeah, just like that. Andy Haynes, what is it? punchup.live.com / Andy Haynes. Whatever, dude. Just buy tickets. Quit being a dick. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Beautiful Boys. And boy, do we have a show for you today.
That's right. I'm Mike Cannon.
I'm Andy Haynes. And we're in the green room still. We're still in the green room.
Yeah. Don't you hate that comedy? I mean, I don't like the fact that this is green and they did it because it's called a green room.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a nod to
hey, it's actually green. We did it.
That really sticks.
We did it. I hate any joke like that. I like a joke that nobody ever gets.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to think of one, like a fun joke that I don't know. Like I was at a friend's house and their light fixture. Mm-hmm. One of them was fake, and you opened it up, and there was like a little room in there.
Oh,
like a little miniature. I get it.
Almost like the locker in Men in Black.
Yeah, but they didn't show it to you. Like it was just like a random thing in their house that they had.
I really like that.
And they just would like occasionally, like if you were like, they were like, "Hey, did you see this?" kind of thing. But I used to also do like fun pranks that were really like not payoffable. Like I'd go to a house party and I'd hide the cordless phone.
I love that. I really love that.
Or I'd put silverware all over the house.
Their silverware or your own?
No, theirs.
Okay.
Theirs.
Like you were just a menace.
Yeah, my drinking days were awful. Mm-hmm. I was so like needing to get punched in the face.
And never have.
No, yeah, I've been punched in the face.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, well, I thought so,
Can you imagine
actually.
this personality, this cuntiness with like alcohol confidence? Like
right. Well, but in Seattle, I wasn't sure if that was a way of life because when I'm there, it's more of like I can read it because I'm like very in touch with people's hatred of me.
Yeah.
But it's very like passive aggressive. There's no direct like
You're talking about Seattle?
Seattle, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of all over the place. The thing about Seattle is Seattle is like that, and like anywhere, the second you leave the city, it's Alabama, which is most of America, and now Canada for some reason too. They've really leaned into their love of country music and nationalism.
But it's like mostly forests, right? Like, why wouldn't they? I feel like if I was out there with like in not a town in the woods, I'd have some pretty interesting ideas of society.
Yeah, I mean, totally. But like, why do you like resort back to? They all got the same ideas. You know, it's like we're on a farm. We hate gay people. We're on a swamp. Blacks not in our schools. You know, we're in the forest. Why are men dressing up like women and playing ladies sports? Like they all just share that. You know, they all need guns.
Right. Well, that I'm with. I totally think that if you're in the wilderness and you're actually surrounded by potential predators and wildlife, you probably should be packing.
I get it if there's bears and cougars and shit.
Right.
But if you live in the suburbs.
No, I'm not like coming out to get the paper and like double cocking my shotgun. You're like, who's looking at me?
That's going to happen pretty soon. There was another
100%.
mass shooting today.
Was there?
Yeah.
Where?
Minneapolis.
Oh.
Just now. They're probably cleaning up the blood as we speak.
They're mopping?
Yeah, they're mopping as we speak. I don't want to be that guy that makes light of that horrible thing. It's just, you know, that it's
not even making light of the horrible thing. I mean, it is, I guess, but it's making light of the fact that it's endless, relentless, and never going to...
There's a common theme.
Yeah.
And I think it's they have guns.
Sure.
That's the problem.
Yeah. You know, I don't know really what to do with that because it does seem like everybody already has them and it'd be very difficult to go and get them if you don't just shut down everything in a martial law situation.
Do you have a gun?
No, but I have
a father-in-law.
I will have guns as soon as he's dead. I'm going to have a treasure trove, dude.
I always think about it. I always think about like getting I want the Bond gun. The PP7.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
But
say the
I
SIG.
just I couldn't trust it. Like it's like that Louis joke. It's like I would have a bad morning. I'd like stub my toe and I'd get a bill and then like I'd miss the train or something. I'd just shoot myself in the head.
I would have to have like one of those almost Mission Impossible passwords that kind of changes, and I would have to answer like the Billy Goat's gruff rhyme, like some sort of thing to get to the password to then get into the safe. Because I would just need as many obstacles as possible for me to not access it when I'm sad.
Yeah,
that's mostly it.
Yeah, you'd have to like put a picture of your family.
Yeah,
like
right on the barrel.
Yeah.
As a last resort, it just goes kablooey with a flag with my family out.
And then then that is the code to the actual safe. Yeah, I don't know. There's a boy part of me that really wants to, you know, be like an operator and like take classes where I learn how to like fight a guy while from like there should be a class where you're in bed and that's like they teach you how to fight from the moment that you wake up.
That's not bad. I actually really like that.
So you start class and you're sleeping and then a guy like comes in and you got to like get out of bed.
Yeah. There has to be some sort of situational, even if, you know, like how the X-Men used to fight the Sentinels in that one room and it was made up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like.
I want that room.
Who doesn't want that room?
Cut to me and Mike both fighting our wives. 100 wives. Street fightering.
That would be incredible.
Oh, it's my mom. They need that room. They have those what are they called? The
rage rooms?
Rage rooms, but they need like a VR room where you fight.
That was kind of an idea Rosebud and I had for a TV show, was personally curated rage rooms. So whatever your trauma was, whatever your problem is, we would make a rage room completely curated to your problems. And mine would be, my dad's head on just, you know, a lamp or whatever. I'd take an Easton, just boom, right to it.
I've never done the rage room. I don't know.
We did it. We did it for Here's the Scenario Patreon.
Was it fun?
It was really fun, and especially because you can hook up to the aux. So
you have like a mic.
You have so not a mic.
Oh, you can put your own music on.
So we put like Eminem, Kim, like Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit.
Brendan started putting on pop punk from the early 2000s, a bunch of NoFX and that kind of shit.
I put on Casey and JoJo because that was my wedding song. I think we both had the same wedding song.
All my life. That one?
Yeah. That was your wedding song, right?
It was like our like because we got married during COVID, so we
Yeah,
didn't have
I
like
was
a
there.
normal wedding.
I was Rosebud's best man.
It was the song that we had played for like our first dance, basically, which was an illegal get together on McCullough's roof.
Yeah.
So NYPD, if you want to go back and prosecute somebody, I have all the information.
I wonder, is there a statute of limitations on COVID violations? Like, have those been completely exonerated and wiped clean?
Yeah, they must have.
They had to, right? Well, because they went through with like a anti-protest bulldozer and knocked down all those outdoor dining experiences. Now.
I am glad that most of the I want the streets back. I have a car in New York, and it annoys me how hard it is to park, and then I see people eating avocado toast.
Well, there was nothing less romantic about like eating a tapas next to a raccoon eating its own feces.
Yeah, there was something like with certain food. Like if you ate like Asian street food, you were like, I'm in the street.
I am doing what
I'm in the street. Like a nice, like a gnarly taco. Yeah. I'm in the streets. You know, this is street food. I should eat it here. Anyways,
we're adding structure to the show. Should we let the audience?
We're trying to be
in?
more professional.
Yeah, we had segments when we first started.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little thing come down, an animation. Nicole, you're all over it, and it's gonna be animation, and it's gonna be This Week in Dad, or something like that. We'll come by the time the animation's ready. You'll know the title. But
a wipe.
How's your dad life been?
Honestly, dude, I'm feeling pretty good. I had the last few weeks have been trying, I've told you, because Nicole has had like huge work events that have required a lot of her time. And so I've, no change to this podcast. I've been home with the kids all during the day and then working at night, every night. And I've felt very, I'm trying to think of like the best analogy, like a little lost at sea. Like really no kind of compass, like every direction is kind of forever. So I just didn't know what to do. Every time I would show up to comedy, I felt a little unprepared. My first set of the night was just always kind of like a test run of me interacting with humans.
Yeah.
And then after that, it got progressively better. But it was, we did have my youngest son's first birthday party, which was really fun. And honestly, we did it right this time because with I think you were at you weren't at Crew's first birthday party.
No, I think that was
maybe
like
a second.
I don't think I was at any of your son's birthday parties.
No, that's right. Rosebud didn't meet him till he was like 5.
I know. Yeah, it was like a thing. Like I didn't know you yet, but I kept on being like, I think this is bad.
Well, Rosebud for his 5th birthday like handed me a 6-month onesie and was like, "This was initially the gift."
Yeah.
The gift we got. Yeah. But dude, when he first turned 1, it was like the July of 2020 when you were just allowed to kind of recongregate outside, was totally fine. Also, my father-in-law was like, "Spit in my mouth. I don't care.
I don't care.
I'm not going to let China defeat us." Like just, really, really adamant about that. And so we had like 100-person party in their backyard.
Oh, wow.
Easily. Like, and mostly adult. I mean, we got a keg. We had all these different, it was like a rage fest because it was also like just
the first time.
Yeah, we got to do something. But it was such.
Did a neighbor complain?
No, nobody did. No, they were happy to see
Rockland.
it. Yeah, they were happy to see it. They're like, be defiant.
Yeah.
No, I used to film Frank Rigatone in my in-laws' yard, and I would literally be strapped with like 4 guns, and the neighbors would look over the fence and be like,
"Is that a little based off your father-in-law?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was him. It was a couple of my friends too. It was my dad, mostly my father-in-law, but he actually liked it.
Yeah,
he was
course.
Like, I feel seen.
Something he's never said. That's so funny. I don't know how to enunciate what I'm feeling right now, but I like this.
It's warm. I feel warm.
Oh man. So you were a little out to sea. I don't want to cut you off.
No, and just like but the first birthday, I've kind of made the decision, right? My decision is, and I'm gonna waffle back and forth as I always do, but the decision is like I control my mindset at base level.
Yeah.
Like things happen and things affect it, of course, and I'm not gonna be inhuman to it and not react. But I basically, the way I wake up, I can set the tone for the day. and not just either jump on my phone or immediately think of how I need money or anything like that. It's like I can enjoy breakfast, be with my family, the whole thing, and just try. Like, this is classic new me. New me, dude.
Always new me.
In 3 weeks, I'm gonna be here swallowing a muzzle. But I'm just trying my very best to at least start the day on an upswing.
Yeah.
So I'm not like at an instant deficit and I have to gain happy to get to 0.
Did you? So what?
Thank you.
What was the birthday party?
The birthday party was just like family. It was just family and like a couple of our friends, and their kids. But it was mostly just a small. This is who's important, man.
Yeah.
It's not like everybody that we knew. It wasn't just 100 people, like, throwing the party more for like us than the kid, than our child. Like this was about our baby and the fact that he made it to a year, and he made it.
You're on the Oregon Trail.
I don't know. It's been a crazy year, dude. I realized, I was like, man, I thought I had the wildest year of my life leading up to having a baby.
Yeah.
And then I was like, he's here. He's healthy. This is like the start of a new.
And then you don't have any money.
And then it's a full thunderstorm for 365 days.
That's wild. Speaking of that, the morning thing, I've started like annoyingly, like I've become. This really started in Vegas when I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago. The only way that I could exercise outdoors, and I've been like on a running tip.
Yeah.
That started on my like Europe trip, and then I like kept it going. And it all started because I met this woman on a plane who was getting ready to do a 240-mile ultramarathon.
Jesus.
And I was just
Is it
like,
Michelle Wolf?
No, but similar.
Doesn't she do those?
I think she's done like 50 to 100.
That's wild.
240 is like, you're going to die.
Yeah. That's like running to Rochester.
But she was a mom of 2 that did like medical sales in New Jersey, and then just also happened to want to run 240 miles in, I don't know, however long. It's called like the Moab something. Anyways, I was just like, got into running, and then because of Vegas, I had to wake up at like 6:30 to go run because it was like 105 by 10. And then I would run like 3 to 4 miles, and then I would go immediately to a coffee shop and write for an hour. And I've just kept that process going like over the last month, I guess, where I wake up before everybody else, so I can't get in trouble for not co-parenting,
Yeah.
And then I run like, I don't know, between like 3 and 8 miles.
Yeah.
And then I come back home, I do the morning routine, and then I go to a coffee shop. But because I know that I exercised and I wrote jokes before everything else in my day, I'm like that whole guilt.
Right.
I mean, I'm still broke as a joke, but it's like
as a bloke.
Yeah, as a bloke in England. But I don't have that guilt or like that like feeling of helplessness where you're like, I gotta fucking do something. You ever get that kind of broke where you just start looking around where you're like, what do I do? What do I do right now?
What can I sell?
Yeah, what can I sell? Is there money on the ground?
You just keep circling back to your child. You're like, oh, I can get a bunch of money for this white baby.
You got to eat something.
No, we went in totally different directions. You're like, I'm trying to feed it. I'm like, I'll sell this kid.
You got 2.
Yeah.
So you're all right.
Yeah.
I was solo with the baby. I went down to my folks' house, and I don't know if you have this issue, but, and this is, shout out to the dads. I don't know if you'll recognize this issue.
Shout out.
I feel it is easier to parent by myself than with my partner.
Well, you did call it, the most notable thing is like co-parenting under the same roof as your active wife.
I get it how that sounds, but I don't know another term for like
sharing in the duties.
Sharing in the duties. Parenting, I guess is what you'd call it. But I know that co-parenting is for divorced people.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe a sign of things to come. But it's so much easier. I don't know why, but I think it's because, your wife has opinions about the way you do things.
Yeah.
Or, you're like doing something. Your wife's like, we're not doing that, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I have this new thing with my daughter where it's like going on like adventures, like getting in the car, going to a swimming pool. Like I went up to Rockland Sunday and I went to that measles-filled splash pad. And then, like saw the sights, got my oil changed by a dude that definitely has some kind of criminal record.
100%.
Good guy though, pretty nice. Isn't it weird when you go to like a service kind of situation where the guy very clearly is like a drug addict criminal, but they have the best customer service rapport? This guy had a ponytail and a neck tattoo, and he was like, all right, well, if you could just get your engine, just rev it. I want you to keep it 2,000 and 3,000 miles, and we're just going to get you all set up.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I know you have sold meth. I know you have.
I trust those guys more than like anybody clean cut, like, presenting and kind of that to me seems more like a fault. And I mean that in terms of like, if they're kind with the whole get up and the neck tattoos and like, just a optically intimidating person, but kind and eye contact and respectful. I trust that more than somebody who's like presenting in a way where it's like, I think you're going to steal something out of my car or hit something so in 6 months my wheel falls off and I come back.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Like Mazda. like the corporate.
Like the corporate, like the Korean, Japanese corporation, Mazda.
What I didn't know, and this is just a dumb aside, is that the overall company, like Mazda as a company or like Toyota or whatever, has almost nothing to do with those like franchises and the dealerships. Like they of course supply them.
So you can't
stores,
go to corporate and complain about that.
I don't think that they even like are in the same ballpark. Like
really?
they're like, yeah, we have nothing to do with that. It's franchised completely separately. Any kind of business stuff that you have, that's with that building in particular.
If I were you, I'd get a Kia.
Yeah.
I want that new Kia minivan. Have you seen that thing?
No.
It's badass. It's 4-wheel drive. It's got like a vacuum in it. You know what I mean? You just like plug a hose into the wall and it just vacuums right into the. It's like central air.
That's like a dad version of a Bentley. How the Bentley like pops out an umbrella and you can just kind of walk.
All that shit.
Yeah,
I want that.
But if your kid smashes Pop-Tarts under the floor rug, you're like, I got it.
I'm ready for that phase
I want a
of my life.
conversion van.
I want the new VW, the ID Buzz.
Oh, I don't even know. Yeah,
they remade the old wagon or the old like hippie van.
The Ninja Turtle van.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
I was in France last week. I know that's an annoying thing for me to say.
Is that where you got your mustache?
Yeah, I bought it. I bought it from the French. No, I was in France for like a day. I drove over the Pyrenees and then like did a big loop for my travel show. And I rented like a BMW because I wanted to like drive through the Pyrenees, in a cool car. And then I got back to the dealership and they had the VW Buzz. And I was like, fuck. Because I spent $500 on a hotel room that I got to at 10 p.m. and left at 8 a.m.
Ugh.
I was so annoyed.
Well, anybody who travels a lot and goes into hotels, I feel like the 4 p.m. check-in and 11 a.m. or even noon checkout is like an illegal nonsense thing. And I know they have to turn over rooms and all that stuff, but I just find that to be an insufficient amount of time.
I think I should get less. I think I should pay less if I check in at midnight and leave at 8 a.m.
Prorate.
Yeah, don't fucking charge me the whole night. I'll sleep on top of the covers.
Right.
That's the deal.
I'm going to Dallas next week, and the last time I was there, I did like Haynes on the opening Sunday of the Dallas Cowboys season.
Yeah.
So it was like me, Sagalo, and like 8 people from Gas Digital that were like, "We hate football."
Yeah.
That was it. But
guys hitting their asthma inhaler while the show was going.
100%.
I'm out of breath.
It doubled as a vape. They had alternate buttons. So we got there, I think, at like noon. and I went to the thing, and the woman who was like, I mean, what was that Halle Berry movie, Baps or whatever? She was like that, like the quintessential from that movie, was so dismissive.
Somehow has what the Kate what's the Kate plus 8 show? What was her
John Gosling and Kate
Gosling.
John and Kate plus 8.
There was a period of time where black women and white women had the same hair.
Yeah.
And it was that Kate Gosling
Good Charlotte pineapple.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Charlotte pineapple? Oh my God. That's like some merch right there. That's fucking great. But that was when we were the most unified as a nation.
Yeah.
Obama was president and Kate Gosling hair was being worn amongst the races.
That's kind of like a female mullet.
Yeah.
But it's party in the back.
Yeah.
Business in the front. Isn't that the way it is anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I just reversed the saying.
Yeah, that is. An updo mullet is funny though.
Yeah. That is exactly what it was. And she was like, how could you ever think that we would let you into this hotel before 4 p.m.? And I was like, every other city I go to, they have early check-in options. And we ended up going to a movie and then coming back again at like 2:30, 3 o'clock, being like, is the room ready? And she's like, it's never gonna be ready. And we were like, God damn it, dude. So we just sat in the lobby for another hour and a half, then got in the room, got our stuff ready, took a 45-minute nap, and then went to the show.
Loving that.
Just a day of
Are you
failure.
a napper?
I mean, I would love to be.
You can't.
In theory.
You don't nap that's the problem with like parenting is you do everything that you possibly could do while they're napping.
Yeah, and
then a 5-year-old doesn't nap, right?
6 and he hasn't napped for a while. And also, but he chills it. He's into Power Rangers.
Nice.
Lately. I'll let him watch like 2 episodes. It's 20 minutes each.
Is it a new version or
no,
is it the old
sure
one?
isn't, dude. And by the way, it is bonkers. I'm sure comedians galore. I'm sure Mike Lawrence has a bit about this, but the yellow Power Ranger is, you guessed it, Asian.
Latino.
The black Power Ranger is the black guy, and also breakdance fights in between it's unbelievable how wide. And my son's like, oh, I love the black one. I'm like, say the Black Ranger, please.
You should have him watch it at your in-laws.
My father-in-law just be like, what is this representation?
So we talked about all that stuff, but the weekend dad, I think it needs to be a specific moment that was either trying or you feel like you really excelled in a moment. I'll give you mine, which was very trying. Was me and my daughter had this excellent weekend. We went to multiple splash pads. We went on multiple runs because I bought this jogging stroller. It's my whole personality now, guys. I have an iWatch or Apple Watch.
There's nobody that looks like they push a jogging stroller more than
me. And I even have like the running hat and the glass. It's all with
the mesh, like
Nice.
And
I put on my running glasses and hat, and I wear like a tank top and short shorts. And I was leaving the house yesterday, and Rosebud just said, "I hate this." And I said, I'll be fine. But so we have this great weekend. And then Rosebud comes home from San Francisco Sunday night late. We wake up the baby. We have a little like late night party. And the next day, business as usual. But Rosebud has a spot. And the second she leaves, my daughter is just inconsolable. Mama, 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 mama. I want to see mama. Everything I'm doing is failing to the point where the text I sent to Rosebud after 2 hours of nonstop crying was, "Get the fuck home. Your daughter wants you," or something like that. Like, I think I maybe even said just like, check the Nanit. This is not going well. And I don't know because you have boys, so I think it might be the opposite.
No, it's like it swaps.
Because it does swap sometimes, but I'm never ever. She's never crying to see me.
It will get to that point though, especially like the more time that you're spent. Like that's what I've noticed too. Is it kind of depends on who is the primary at home. So like lately it's been me, and now I have
been gone for 22 days of the last 30. So
It's unbelievable. And we have lived the exact opposite life in the last month.
yeah.
So what ended up happening?
Rosebud came home.
Nice.
And
the baby calmed down.
Yeah, but I mean, it is very much mama mode. We're in mama mode. And it's like even this morning I came in, we woke her up together and she was like, Dada no talk. Dada no talk. Mama minnow.
What is she, the comedy industry?
I was like, ah, shit. Yeah. That hurt.
I'm sorry.
That hurt me.
Want to hear more from Mama. Dada, no more.
Dada, no talk.
Dada, go do your podcast.
Yeah. Dada, don't you have recycling to take out?
Dada, put on shorts and go run.
Yeah, go run, Dada. What would be your moment?
Mine was so my oldest, my 6-year-old boy Crew. He is experiencing kind of his first, and obviously not romantic, but platonic heartbreak. Is his best friend, his cousin, who is like just a very special young woman. She really she's just such an amazing cousin. She really cares about our boys and has helped in an immeasurable capacity. Has really been the point person in terms of who we can go to for a babysitter. And, on top of that, when she's not babysitting, she'll casually come by and hang. And her and Crew have a legitimate friendship. Not a older person, caretaker, whatever. They get along, they joke around, they have things in common. They have a really great relationship. And she just went away to college.
Oh.
So
where's she going?
She's going an hour and a half away. So it's I don't want to just.
Have you thought about maybe calling in
a threat?
No, you could tell the dean that she's anti-Semitic.
Honestly, that might be implied.
They're you get a nicer dorm room.
So she's been great about even the first night she FaceTimed and the next day she FaceTimed and really wanted to help with the transition of this. But she was great too because they had a sleepover 2 days before she left. She took Crew for a dream day of laser tag, mini golf, a movie, pizza, everything, just to kind of squeeze the last drop out of the summer and just say goodbye. But since she has left, he's he's young, so he doesn't really know how to locate his feelings or what they mean or what they are.
Yeah.
Sadness, as it does in his old man, sometimes turns to rage. Mm-hmm. And so he's been
he doesn't have the Fisher-Price punching wall.
Yeah, he doesn't have a punching wall yet, and we got to get him one.
Yeah, you got to give him the Fisher-Price punching wall.
He has a punching dad.
Yeah.
He really has unloaded. He's hit me twice in that time where I've just had to kind of again, bend down and be like, this is not happening. I was like, buddy, I'm not going to tell you why, but there's one thing that upsets me. Actually, two things. It's screaming and hitting.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you why or where that came from, but just know it was everything.
See, that's the thing is that what I do like about being a dad and that my wife and me differ on is, and this isn't the exact same ballpark, but if Minnow is throwing a fit and she won't get in her stroller or something, I will pick her up and put her in her stroller and just put her in and she'll scream. And then I'll be like, all right, this is what we're doing. And my wife will be like, okay, what are we feeling right now? What's going on? And I'm just like, we got to go. And I feel like that's the same thing. Your son, you know, hitting you, you're like, okay, well, this is not happening.
Yeah, this is the boundary.
And I don't know what Nicole's like.
She's more she's very in tune to his feelings, as am I, because I see me in him. Yeah. I see a sensitive kid that in this situation, when I was younger, it would have been handled much differently. And therefore, I think he would, his emotions could spiral in the same way that mine does. So I try to be as patient as possible, but then also I have a really defined boundary with that stuff.
Yeah.
With when it's disrespect and I don't want to be
is it screaming
no, I will not, you can't, that kind of thing. And again, part of me is I can appreciate the fact that his feelings are coming out in ways that he can't control yet. He's a kid. His impulses are not developed. Yeah. So for me to get mad at him as an adult and expect him to even understand why I'm upset is ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
However, This is the nuance of parenting where it's like, I also have to make it very clear that shall not stand.
Yeah.
So it's just not like something that I'm going to tolerate, which is why I put a stop to it. And then Nicole is kind of the softer where she's like, this is why. And I'm like, no, I know. I understand. And we've gotten better at like those conversations now happen completely separate, because there was a time where she was interjecting and I was like, you're deballing me in front of my sons and I'm going to end up killing the whole family.
Yeah. I'm going to end up just walking
away.
Yeah. Like a Forrest Gump running situation.
Mm-hmm.
Andy's going to walk.
Yeah. Jeff Buckley style, right into the ocean.
I won't have the backpack on.
No. He went with a backpack?
That's how you have to walk into the ocean.
Or I thought he just had a bottle of Jack, like his dad.
Did he?
I think both of them literally had a bottle of Jack Daniels, were hammered, and walked right into like a riptide river or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
What
hallelujah.
a way to go.
But I was very proud of the way that, like, because even the boundary thing, I set the boundary, but then I'm also like understanding on the other side of it. Like, I'm not going to maintain anger, and I'm not going to maintain like this, you've done me wrong, because I just don't find that to be constructive.
Yeah.
The constructive thing is to set the boundary. In my mind, do whatever you want. But in my mind, the constructive thing is to set the boundary and then get to the bottom of why he's feeling that way, and also explain to him what his feelings are. And it's still like, sometimes it's futile. And especially like in that moment of like red, you're just freaking out, like lessons are lost.
Do you mean like futile?
Is that, yeah, isn't it
It's
futile?
fine. I just wasn't sure if you were saying futile.
Is futile different? Can it be futile?
Like a feudal state?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking
Futile?
of?
Futile?
Futile is...
Does it has to be
I don't know if
futile?
you... I just was making sure I was hearing the right word. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to correct you. Because
No,
feudal is
I'm
like
just
a
curious if
system.
I've been wrong.
Feudal is like the feudal serf. And then futile is like pointless.
All right, so I should say futile.
I don't know if I'm right. I'm just clarifying because I have a cuntiness that lives inside of me, and I have to ask things like that. God, I hate myself.
I like it though, because I've been walking around wrong my whole life and nobody's given me any information.
Well, I'm the dick who like, because I'm not actually that smart. I just have this like patina of smart on me, and down under that, the patina is that copper. Do you know what patina is? It's like a coat.
A coke?
Like a coating, like a metal coating.
Yeah. A Rick patina.
Like when like a camping thermos.
Yes.
That is like a patina,
Okay.
or it's like
That
on
didn't help.
ceramics. But can you look up patina? Patina.
I was thinking more like a Moscow Mule mug.
That might be a patina too. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that like that's a perfect example. I will go out there and I will say something like patina.
Yeah.
And then somebody will go, what does that mean? And then I'll be like, well, obviously it means this. And then I will not actually know the real definition of it. But
You can use it correctly though.
I can use it correctly.
Yeah.
But then
That's my whole life.
Yeah.
That's everything. I mean, even just me saying feudal, I was like, yeah, this is right, maybe.
I liked it.
Thank you.
What does patina mean?
You are right. It's like the Statue of Liberty is a good example of that. It used to be copper, now it's green because it oxidized. That's the patina on the outside.
Nice. It's like when you bleach your hair and jump in the pool.
Yeah, almost exactly the same.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I like how you can bring everything back to suburban trash. We could be talking about the Mona Lisa, and you'd be like, it's like when you get the big container of pretzels. Yeah, Mike.
Is there a better snack?
Mike.
Is there a better snack than pretzel rods?
The honey pretzels.
Honey.
The honey wheat pretzels.
We differ.
Buddy,
I'm
gonna go to Trader Joe's right now, and I'm gonna fuck your world up, dude.
All right.
They're so fucking good. I was fat for 3 years because of those things.
I like the mustard dusting ones.
Yeah, those are
great. Real good.
But you know, it's the ones in the gas station that are the pieces,
the nubs.
Yeah, they're like broken pretzels covered in. Those are dangerous.
Yeah,
that's like eating crack.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that's not some sort of like cancer dust.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta be. So the thing that I learned So, and I kind of was getting around to it or circled it a little bit. Sorry, I'm a bloviating ass. Is that
Good one.
correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Is the lesson by the end of the week where we had a couple days in a row of like starting the day at 8,000 RPMs of complaints, of yelling, of like from him. And it's just like, God damn, dude. And I kept trying to correct in the moment and trying to teach the lesson of the emotion in the moment while he was experiencing it, which is futile.
Yeah.
It's pointless because there's just like, I'm not going to get through. It's like trying to reason with your friend that's blacked out. Like, you're like, no, dude, what you're doing is wrong. And they're like, oh, no, and you're like, can't even possibly. You ever do
you're
that?
Like trying to be like, you're drunk because you try to bury your feelings. You know, they're like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. And so by the end of the week, I was creating the space and, allowing him to know that I'm there. This is what's going on. I love you. And then he'd slam his door, go into his room. I mean, I did not think that would happen as early as 6.
I know that's early, yeah.
And he, then I'd kind of leave him for a little bit, be there in the kitchen or in the living room waiting for him, and then a little bit later would knock and just try to talk through it after that.
Mm-hmm.
And just that amount of space and kind of time to decompress allowed so much more communicate growth in the moment and like actually getting to the bottom of it. Does your heart hurt? Like Nicole has such a great way of communicating because I'm like trying to talk to him like this.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, it's your feelings and they come from here. And Nicole's like, does your heart hurt? And he's like, your heart hurts. And it's like, yeah, I wish I had like that kid speak sometimes because she really can get to the bottom of it. But I got there eventually. And I think I just became a better, more patient dad in the last week just simply by kind of
letting him have the
going
feeling.
Through it. Yeah. And also it's like, you don't get better when things are easy, or at least I don't. I'm not learning a ton of shit when I'm breezing through stuff. I'm kind of, especially with comedy too, it's like, I write better. I write more when I'm bombing.
Yeah. I mean, I think like something that has happened to me in the last 6 months after like just beating my head against a wall, constantly being like, why am I not like registering with this tier of like being asked to do certain things, or why does it not expand or something like that? Just having these kind of like inane questions that like there's no answer other than what do you want to hear? Like, do you want like an official certificate that you aren't good or whatever those questions, like, you know the answer. It's whatever's not working is not working for a multitude of reasons. And there's also different factors. Anyways, I used to fucking beat the shit out of myself, and then I would bring that to my marriage, and I would bring that to my parenting, and I would bring that to every aspect of my life. And I don't know what caused it. I think partially it was just that I realized that I really could just be a house husband and live a pretty good life considering who I'm married to.
Yeah.
But I just stopped. I've stopped reacting to almost everything in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I go like, that sucks. Like, I'll get the feeling. Oh, I asked to do that club the last time I had a great weekend. They don't respond to me now. What the fuck?
Right.
I'm going to go to the Booker's Instagram and see what they're doing. What are you doing right now? And now I'm just like, I guess I'm not doing that soon.
You know what's a good lesson for that too is like, I think Sagalo was talking about it when we had him on, or I think he was, but when sometimes you start an argument and then you like immediately take it to being an overall commentary on your relationship.
Oh yeah,
You always do this and and it's like, that's similar in parenting, in career, in anything where you like take a moment of quote unquote failure or disappointment and then catastrophize to make it a general commentary on everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm actually just realizing that in real time is like, it's just unhelpful. And it's also something that I do pretty regularly. So it would be, it's just unhelpful.
You got to get your yayas out. I know it's hard to say because
Greek grandmothers?
Yeah, you got to get your yayas out. You take them and you open the door and you go, okay, yayas, go out, see the sun.
Yeah.
Play
Oh man, I had a
dominoes.
girlfriend in high school that had a yaya living in her downstairs, and she would feed me stuffed peppers that were very good.
Yeah, the Greeks.
Yeah.
They're sure how to, they know how to cook.
Her grandfather, what a yo-yo
Their
or
economy, not so good.
whatever. No, they have
They
no
don't know
idea
how to run a
stretch
country. What was I gonna fucking say? What is the? Can you look up the currency of Greece? It's the euro, but
It's
what's
the knuckle hair.
It's the feta. It's probably the euro now, but what was the classic, the pre-euro currency?
The Zeus buck.
Drachma?
Yeah, all right, I like that. The drachma.
Drachma.
Anyways,
Almost like Drogba,
yeah,
the football player.
yeah, Didier Drogba
Trying to connect.
from Ivory Coast.
Yeah. The only
you got
reason
it.
I know that is because I used to play like FIFA whatever on my phone while
He
taking
was the best
shits
in
at
the
my
world
office
probably
job.
while you were playing it.
He was
yeah.
nasty.
Went to the Montreal Impact. Kind of had the whole MLS is a retirement league for the
Yeah.
world's best players.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that. Whatever. I guess this is a good time to transition to. Oh, by the way, Nicole, 11 minutes ago, Mike said something homophobic.
So it was the beginnings of it.
Look at the
and
time code.
It was, I mean, I don't even blame myself. It was just natural.
Yeah, it wasn't derogatory. He was talking about himself. But anyways, this is a good chance to talk about toxic positivity. Is that what the
Yeah.
segment's
Well, I was
called?
going to do this weekend, Dad, and then we can do toxic positivity, if you'd like, just to keep on the parenting thing.
Okay, so did I picked out moment in dad?
Oh, I mean, what is my thing called? I mean, I named it the entire the same thing. Hold on.
This week in dad is good. I like that.
Oh, this week in bad parenting.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad. Did you see the Rampage Jackson thing?
No.
Rampage Jackson, ex-UFC fighter, who now is a kick streamer. He was an unbelievable
Oh, wait, did
UFC fighter.
Did he get beat up?
So he did not. No, he's been streaming with his son for a long time and constantly before this it would make fun of his son, call him a pussy, say question his sexuality, all this stuff. And then in the same thing,
UFC fighter
yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then in the same breath, away from his son, he's like, I love my son.
Yeah.
Where he can't hear him at all.
Yeah.
He's like, I probably should stop picking at him so much. He seems to have an anger problem, and I don't know where that comes from. It's like genetic pass down of CTE.
Yeah.
And so this kid, I wrote I have the story here I was watching all these clips and then I put it together, but they were kick streaming with a small time wrestling corporate or federation or whatever, kind of one of those regionals. And these guys, they were talking to him and they kind of tried to bring him into the bit. And he just wasn't taking the razzing very well. They weren't really sure. He didn't know that it was
He
a bit.
He stood up and shot himself in the chest.
Dude, they hit him with
Heath Ledger style. What's that movie called where Bob Thornton eats Halle Berry's ass?
Monsters Ball.
Yeah,
Make
Monsters.
me feel good. Make me feel good.
Okay, I didn't love that. So what happened?
I have never seen that movie. I've only seen that scene.
Oh,
he had to have been
I've
legitimately
seen the
inside
movie.
of her, right?
It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Also, Sean P. Diddy Combs is her husband that gets executed in the
In
beginning.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
That was
little
his
fanfic.
first acting and I think close to last.
Well, Get Him to the Greek. He was in that as a deranged music mogul that fed his people drugs just so they would get to the gig.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually
Sounds
made a lot.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
He was method acting.
he sure was.
So what happened?
So he so at a knock. So after they do this kind of backstage thing where even the wrestler smashed the kid with a prop can and he just got super pissed and in the wrestler's face. There was other footage of the wrestler sincerely apologizing to him and being like, I thought you were in on the gag. I didn't know that you were an unstable young man. So
Is he jacked too?
The kid is like,
Yeah, of
he's
course.
a pro. Like, you would not want to run into him in any kind of physical altercation at all. And I guess they had planned, like, either as an amends or as something that was previously planned, like a work at the event that night, that he would come into the ring, attack the guy, and then, you know, it would be like a thing,
Yeah.
especially for the streamers, which I guess that's just what people are doing. They're just broadcasting themselves 24 hours a day.
Yeah. I'm going to start doing it.
I might too. I mean, I follow that guy 225. I've talked about him on
Yeah.
everything, and he's worth the admission. He's unbelievable. So this is the story. At a Knock X pro wrestling event in Sun Valley, Los Angeles, Raha Jackson, son of MMA icon Quentin Rampage Jackson, violently attacked wrestler Stuart Psycho Stu Smith. A segment intended as part of the show escalated drastically when Raha slammed Smith to the mat and delivered over 20 punches to his head, even after Smith appeared unconscious. The altercation was live streamed and video spread quickly online.
I did see the headline for this now. I think Mike Lawrence shared it because he probably has, like, him and Dan probably have like a visual for Stu. But yeah,
Did you watch the footage? You haven't come across the footage?
no, and I don't
It's a
want to
tough
see it
watch.
now. Yeah, that seems like a tough watch. Anytime I see like a unconscious person being beaten,
It's most of my algorithm, dude. It's unbelievable that any comic gets shadow banned when, like, a woman could do yoga with, like, full 3D printed
Or labia, yeah.
Just, I mean, you could see the inside
you see
coming
labia
outside.
minora.
Yeah. You could see a baby.
Yeah.
But then, like, and this stuff, and then also, like, neighbor disputes, like people beating people like crazy
I
stuff.
saw a good one yesterday. Actually, I will always watch like racists get beat up. I
sure.
love that. That's like my ASMR. And the guy was like just trying to like walk down the street, and some fucking yokel came out and tried to like be like, "What are you doing here?" He was like a black guy in like a suit,
Yeah.
like going to like some kind of like, you know, like a T-Mobile manager kind of thing. But this fucking like crazy redneck, and then it escalates as the guy's like, "I don't want to fuck with you. Like, I'm just trying to go to work." And then the guy kept on fucking with him, and then the black dude just knocked the shit out of him on the street, and I was like,
Yeah. Fofo.
yeah. We
Or
did teach my
Fufo?
daughter Fafo.
Fofo.
I did teach my daughter Fafo this week.
You hit her.
No,
Oh.
my 2-year-old was running around yelling, "Fuck around and find out." And I loved it. It was so
Yeah,
funny.
that's
I hope
great.
she doesn't say it at preschool next week, but also I don't give a shit. It's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Well, so just to get to the parenting version of this is like there's all these clips of Rampage like watching the footage in a van and him just being like like making eye contact with the camera and being like, "Have I not been a good dad?"
No,
Like-
no, you haven't, dude. Are you crazy?
But also, I mean, he's like, "Oh man, he might go to jail or even worse, get deplatformed." Like he was really worried about Kick
Deplatformed.
getting rid of their streaming abilities, and it's like, dude, I don't know if that's where your mind should go.
There was a daily this week about the New York Times Daily, that podcast about Laura Loomer and around the Jan 6 stuff.
Sure.
She got deplatformed, and she was saying it was the worst thing that ever happened to her in her whole life.
Mm.
And I was like, well, you should look in the mirror, because some of your plastic surgery, I would say, is the worst.
Damn, right in her face.
Right in her big face.
But that's going to be another segment later on in
The
the
news?
show, which Andy teaches Mike about the news.
Yeah.
So I just want to read. I just want to read this guy's Rampage's statement, because he goes, "I don't condone my son's actions at all," in caps. He made it clear. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and should not have been involved in any physical contact. I mean, yeah, that's
I bet you totally co-signed that.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys
bet
were
that
going
didn't-
around streaming together.
Yeah.
But dude, it is so I don't know. Yeah, most of it was Raja is an MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler, and had no business involved in an event like this. So maybe, I don't know, maybe he didn't see it coming, or didn't know how deep the involvement went.
I don't think. I mean, you got to be pretty dim-witted to go to like a pro wrestling thing and not know that it's fake.
But he also, like, from all the things I watched and read, he was like, my son's gonna go to jail at some point. He's he's got this crazy bit of anger. You know, it's wild, and somebody's gonna.
And all we know how to do is train him into the most immaculate death machine. He's a psychopath.
Yeah,
the only way we've been
tools to destroy. He was dropping. It's weird because he was both being a good dad and a bad dad at the same time. He was actually not there because he was dropping his daughter off at college, helping her move in. So you can't win, folks. Is what I'm saying.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I've been to Sun Valley.
Is this too sad of a segment? Should
no,
we not
I liked
do this
it
anymore.
I liked it. No, I think we should do it. I think we should call out the bad parents.
Okay.
Have you ever felt like you were about to step in on some parenting?
No. Because I think, like, I think if I saw a parent, like, hitting the shit out of their kid, I would definitely do that. I would definitely step in the sense where I'd be like, yeah, but it also depends on the size of the person.
Yeah, you're kind of like, do I want to get beat up with this kid?
Yeah, in front of my kid.
I told you about, I didn't say anything because I don't want to, like, get into it with my kid there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was at that pool, at that splash pad.
Yeah.
And there was just a dude just blasting snot rockets, like, right onto the ground.
Yeah.
And also in the parking lot, I saw a couple people smoking blunts with their kids.
With their kid. I do actually, that's pretty popular on 24th Street as you're walking to New York Comedy Club.
I don't care if you're high parenting. I'm not judging anybody for that.
Who am I to judge?
But the fucking, like, smoking a blunt next to your kid. I don't like any smoking next to the kids.
Yeah, it's not something I'm definitely going to I would never step in on something like that because, again, not my business. You want to pollute your kid's lungs, by all means, go ahead. But it's certainly something I clock and I'm like, not for me.
Yeah. And it's also like, there's those situations on public transportation in New York where you see some parenting going on and you're like, I'm not going to be this Park Slope dad that gets his ass kicked.
Actually, the only thing, sorry, I just exploded with a burp, but the only thing that, like, it makes me sad, like, it makes me depressed because I'm like, that's just another you that's going to exist that I'm going to have to avoid or my kid's going to have to avoid. Like, you're just passing on a problem for everybody else to have to deal with.
Yeah, I always think it's so weird. I mean, there's like a multitude of things out there about like how easy it is to have a kid and how there's no, like, you don't have to take a certification, you don't have to do anything, which yeah, fine. I didn't know what I was getting into really. I read some books and shit like that. But I do think there's situations where you kind of like feel like you wish the community would get together and kind of be like, hey,
we'll vote you off the island.
Or just, we all notice this.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be like because so many times, like, I've seen those interactions go down where somebody's like, are you trying to tell me how to parent? And it's like, yeah, we are.
I think that's the hardest part about even talking to other parents in general, because anytime that you mention what you do, everybody takes, or a lot of people, I shouldn't say everybody, but people take it personally. Because it's a reflection, they think it's an attack on their way of doing things or whatever. And I am more or less kind of just like, whatever you do is whatever you do. Like I'm not going to tell. But
the byproduct is that you have a piece of shit.
Totally.
In the world later on.
Totally. But it's not me to police pieces of shit. It's like, that's free will. If you want to create pieces of shit, I'm going to try my best to create a non-piece of shit. And hopefully they cancel each other out. And there's more people that want to create non-pieces of shit.
There's a lot of pieces of shits at our shows, though. So we're not anti-piece of shit.
No.
But,
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, I'm also.
If you're a piece of shit, still come out. I'm not going to talk about it.
No, I would never. But it's funny because I was at a birthday party, and some of the parents were just like talking about like, I can yell at my kid nonstop and he just doesn't listen. And if I just flick him on the arm, he cries. It's like, what's your deal? And I started laughing so hard and they're like, what? And I was just like, well, that was just funny, is that you're talking about unloading on your child and then flicking them. Yeah. And I was like, I hated getting flicked, dude. That hurts sometimes. The bone against bone.
Fucking, if you flick me on the back of the head, I would go to jail.
Yeah, that's like, I've gotten into fistfights because I've gotten flicked.
A flick is a real serious, a flick or a thing to the back of the head.
Remember that was big? I don't know if that even happens anymore. That was big in our days. Dude, if you had a shaved head.
Somebody would slap the back of my head and I would go, it's like my nuclear button.
Yeah.
I just go, okay, I'm going to kill you.
My, not the first, but one of the early fistfights I've ever been in when I was probably like 7 or 8 years old. One of the older boys went and licked his hand and slapped the back of my head, and I just fucking turned and started fighting.
That's great.
And I was just like, let's go. I'm in the Dust Bowl with you, and I'm just throwing.
That sounds so good. I love that.
It was crazy.
Well, anyways, Rampage, you're not a good dad, and you made our donkey of the week.
I don't even know if that kid is going to jail.
No, he's going to jail.
But I like, there's been no.
Well, I guess the Stu guy would have to press charges, right?
I think so, yeah, and maybe I'm the idiot.
Stu's a vegetable, so he's like
he woke up, so he's breathing. He's fine. They thought
he's breathing.
He's breathing.
Okay.
He's he gave the thumbs up, but that's actually how his hand showed up anyway.
Yeah.
But he I don't know, because it might also be a work. Like I watch this stuff and I'm like, I don't know what to believe. Granted, the way he was unloading and making contact with his face, I don't understand how that could possibly be fake.
How did he get 20 in before somebody jumped in?
They really tried to get him off of him, and dude, the guy's body is literally like this, and he's just like taking lumps to the face. It's horrifying to watch. Oh, he's they were like,
taste that.
So at the birthday party, they were like, so you don't yell at your kids? I was like, nah, I try not to. I was like, I'd rather talk, but I was like, I just know what it did. Like, I was like, I don't want my son. I've gotten good at like deflecting, where I'm like, I don't want my son to be some 40-year-old loser desperate for the attention of a bunch of strangers.
Yeah.
Like that's what I am, because I got hit and yelled at. So, and they're like, you are a loser.
Yeah.
It's like, it's great.
He shows you all the cars he sold that month.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they're doing good.
Yeah, they're all doing good. It must be nice. But they flick their kids, so fuck them. Yeah, I've raised my voice, and I told you that the one time that I even got close to, I don't know, physically reprimanding my daughter was she was just unloading on my face while I was carrying her, and just going at it, and I was like, and I just hit her hand to like stop her, and she stopped and just started crying like so hard that I started crying.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, that's about as
that's the end of that.
That's the end of that. I'm not gonna be able to do that again. And I didn't like hit her hand, but I like kind of batted it down so it wouldn't hit me in the face again. But I was like, oh, that's the most I'll probably ever do.
I've blocked a punch.
Yeah, I'll block.
And
Blocking's,
he's like, oh!
Yeah.
I'm like, you just struck me.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Come on, man. My forearm's
Put
hard.
your knuckles out.
Yeah, just bounces.
What's up, bro? Yeah, I have a little girl, so she's not doing the...
Do you want to do toxic positivity just to get off this negative train?
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait, can we also possibly close out the Rampage thing with, if your kid did that, what your statement would be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first.
Because I feel like we need some type of resolution.
What's his name? The kid's name?
Raja.
Listen, you guys. Raja is a psychopath. I made a lot of mistakes as a young father. I was very involved in the MMA world, and I didn't have a lot of self-control myself. And hurt people. And very clearly, a hurt person hurt an unconscious person. And I take full responsibility for Minno's actions, and I'm deeply apologetic for what she's done to that middle-aged man's head. And please don't sue us.
Well, that they have to settle.
Yeah, you
I assume they got to peel them off a few bills.
Got to give them some kick money.
Kick them some bills.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Mine, yeah, I think I would just take full response. I'd be like, this was on me.
Yeah.
I think all of this is a result of what I did not do as a parent. And even though he is a sentient adult with free will, I'm going to take this as my opportunity to apologize for my hand in this, which was great.
My hands.
My hands in this.
My hands in this.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stu. I hope your head gets better. And Raja,
Hope your owie heals.
TM, Transcendental Meditation. I think it's a good place to start. You'll have a lot of downtime in the local jail. So
The penitentiary.
Mm-hmm. But toxic positivity. Do you want to lead off? Because I don't really know the gist of this.
So this segment, take time to express gratitude or something positive about our careers and/or life instead of focusing on the negative all the time.
Great.
Can also apply to comedians we like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, can I tell everybody? So I'm not back on weed, but I've since taken an edible.
Yeah, you took a month break and you've had edible?
2 in 4 days.
Okay.
So I took but no more than 10 milligrams. So I've taken a 10 milligram edible at the end of the day. And it was honestly mostly to shut off the dreams. I've had enough of the dreams.
Okay.
That was kind of the deciding factor. My last dream was I was at a comedy festival and I couldn't find my show. And then I went upstairs to the green room and my mom was hanging out with Gary Gulman and Kurt Metzger. Not in a sexual way. They were all just smoking cigarettes and talking comedy. And I was like, I got to get out of this. Mm-hmm. I woke up and was like, today's the day. And I went to a dispensary.
No more dreams.
Yeah, I'm shutting that
That's
valve.
enough of that. That's enough of that part of you, brain. I don't dream. So
yeah.
But I've had dreams. And some of them can be quite disturbing.
Yeah.
The dreams I hate the most are the ones that are sexual, that are not that are like weird sexual,
right?
You know, where I'm like, ugh,
go on.
Why did I have that sex dream?
Why did I eat the butt of a local politician?
Yeah, like something where you do something, like you sleep with somebody in a dream where you're like, ugh.
Yeah, that's no good.
I would never do that.
How did I have bad dream taste?
Why does part of my brain want to do that?
I know. And then the thing that I think about is how all the people in your dreams are a projection of yourself. So you're basically just having sex with a version of yourself.
Now that's hot.
That's not bad. I wouldn't mind my dumper slapping against my own thighs.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
But I get it.
Jesus Christ.
David Cross used to have a bit about like how all gay couples kind of look alike because they are having sex with themselves or something like that. Mm-hmm. He did it better. Did he? I don't know. But we're being positive now.
Yes.
We're being positive.
Yeah. I watched that positive about David Cross. I watched that Arrested Development clip where he has in full Blue Man head, and the best take that they got. He's like, "Well, if I want marriage advice, it certainly wouldn't be from you. Your wife is dead." Just Jason Bateman's face is supposed to be like horrified. And he's like trying his best not to hide a smile and break. Oh, it's so good.
I'll tell you this. Mitch Hurwitz, the creator of Arrested Development, came to one of Rosebud's shows in LA.
Oh, nice.
And was gushing about me. And it was probably the best I've ever felt.
The heck?
I was like, sir, you can keep doing that.
Yeah. And you can also help me.
Yeah. Help.
Help me. God, do I love people high up in the business being like, there's nobody better than this guy right here. Now,
you're my favorite.
Me, I got a Scrooge McDuck into my bank.
Yeah. Just give it. We don't have to be on a project. Just give me some money.
Yeah, just hold me. A holding deal. Man, would I love a holding deal. I mean, I listen to all old Opie and Anthony's like all the time, and it's so funny to hear how
I'm going to just stop you right there. That might be a problem.
That might be stirring up my brain in kind of some real weird ways. But it's funny to hear how like not that often some of them were on the road, and they're all just like still making like $400,000 a year because they went to Montreal that year.
Dude, back in the day in Montreal, you got new faces.
Yeah.
You had like down payment money.
It's crazy.
We missed all those.
I know.
We missed all that era. When I was writing for TV, my showrunner, when he got his first staff writing job, which was I think on Friends, you got a $2 million holding deal with
Holy
the network.
shit.
So you made, I don't know, $400,000 that year
Yeah.
in payment, but then you also couldn't go to another show.
Mm-hmm.
There was just so much money in show business, and now it's like there is still so much money, but it
goes to 3 guys.
Yeah, well, no, you just have to you have to do it all yourself.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
Anyways, my toxic positivity. Well, I'm guessing we're just talking about like
Just a good thing that maybe has happened to you, or a thought, or a
I
feeling?
I was in England last week. I was in England
Hip,
and
hip.
I went to Europe, and I was doing comedy, like just doing spots with no impetus, just
Yeah.
gigging.
No bonus.
And I don't know. There's something like when I get back to a place where I'm just gigging to do it, and then I'm like, especially like being in another country, it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know like how to make it sound more complicated than that. But there's something about when I'm traveling and doing comedy, especially when it's casual like that, like when I don't have a show to sell,
Yeah.
or like people that have paid money to, like, where there's an expectation. I don't know, man. That's when I feel in it.
That's when you shine.
Yeah.
That is fun. I mean, I feel almost the exact opposite, but I get that. I do, because I like.
You mean you prefer to do it in the city? Go
No,
home?
I prefer. I mean, at this point, I prefer when it's people that are there for I don't know. Like in the summertime, it's tough because I've felt like the tourism, and especially like even comedy tourism, is more difficult now because they kind of know what comedy is, but only from the phone. So it's like a more interactive thing, and they
Skill
also
Tony.
think
They
that
want
they can
Kill Tony.
curate it.
Yeah.
Like everybody is just like, oh, I could scroll past, or just like, I want comedy that perfectly suits my interests. And a lot of the time they really come into it being like, if you're not talking about what I want to hear, I'm going to let this be known in the room. And that not like at the Cellar or anything like that, but there are clubs that are certainly just more forgiving because they need your 2-drink minimum.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, my Apple Watch just told me to stand up. So
It's for circulation?
I don't know. It just told me to stand up, and I
Okay.
listened to this thing. So
Dude, imagine it's like you're a second away from a heart attack. Stand up right now.
stand up, you loser.
My toxic positivity. I've had 2 non-comedy hangs with old friends in the last 2, like 1.5 weeks that have actually like refilleth my cup.
Nothing better.
It's-
I'll say it. Nothing better than if you don't live by your family
Yeah,
and you see them and you have a good like dinner
yeah,
or just experience.
yeah.
No,
No, I love seeing my sisters and my mom for that exact reason.
And then like an old friend hang.
Mhm.
When I go back to Seattle, there's like a couple guys I'll get back together with, and we just say the stupidest shit, and
Yeah.
it's the only people I allow to punch me.
Yeah,
You know?
and you fall into the. I mean, me and my friends have always been close, and then some were like we were close younger, and then drifted. We do completely different things, families, that whole thing. But I got together with a buddy who I haven't seen in probably 10 years. Like I think the last time I saw him, I went randomly to a concert with him to LCD Sound System and did Molly
Good
as
concert.
I left.
Good
It was like the weirdest decision.
You're so bad at drugs.
I like was sober there, and then somebody goes, "I have leftover Molly," and I'm like,
It's like you go to Burning Man and you take mushrooms as you're leaving on the plane. Cool, Mike.
I think I literally crawled into bed with Nicole and just like kind of grinded on her calf for the rest of the night. It was so weird.
She's like, why are you licking my
I
shoulder?
was like, "What? It's nice." And then we played golf at a country club that he belongs to. He does very well for himself, and it was just a beautiful day of just hanging with. It was only 3 of us, so played fast.
Golf is nice.
It
Golf
really is. Like, it's the whitest guy dad shit that I do.
Yeah, I don't want to be in that zone where I tuck in my shirt.
Yeah.
And I have like a uniform that I wear, but there's something, especially like a nice municipal court.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like where it's like low stakes.
Yeah.
You spent $16.
That's nice.
You know, and you're out there just, especially for you because you smoke pot. That's
Yeah.
a great time.
I mean, it kind of like I got into it during the pandemic where, you know, we have a local course that's actually pretty nice, and relatively affordable. I mean, all this shit is so expensive now, but this particular place, this country club that I went to, my buddy's I almost said a victim, but a member, and he just like paid for the whole thing, which was quite lovely. But also,
you almost said a victim?
I don't know why.
He's a victim of the country club?
Yeah, I'm mixing up my words.
That's okay. You got some of them right today. You got that one that was really good. What was it? Bloviating. That's a good one, dude.
That's pretty good.
SAT level.
That's not bad. And then last night, to round it off, I got dinner with both of my high school basketball coaches.
Oh wow!
And my best friend from high school basketball, who recently lost his brother. And it was just kind of, you know, that part is sad, obviously, and it's like it's tough to watch your friend have to endure that and deal with it. But for those 3 hours of us just like talking hoops, like, you know, all this, it was so nice to be outside of comedy and also kind of like get reaffirmed by people who are not in the business and don't have to deal with the everyday slog of like all the failures and successes and all that shit that we experience. For them to be like, you're doing great, man. Like I see it all the time. Like, this is really great.
They always say
just
stuff like you're famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, I know you're big time. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't have any
I'm like
money.
about to crush a cyanide pill into my seltzer. And I'm like, all right, go on.
You like this. Yeah, no, there's I think that's the biggest mistake or just kind of like problem with being a comic is that you start to surround yourself with only comics. And there is like a certain degree of it that's like great because you like laugh and you're always goofing and, you know, there's a, you know,
like-minded target.
What?
Like you guys, you know, we have like similar targets and certain things that we can really relate to.
Yeah. And
angers.
It's a good hang. But I think people forget like how, you know, like I'm envious of these people that don't live in a market.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where they're just like, oh yeah, I just live in like rural St. Louis and I have a totally normal life and I go and do. You got more to talk about.
Yeah.
If you're just like surrounded by comics all the time and you're just going to shows, it's like, well, what's your life? You know, you can comment on what's happening.
I know it's weird. I'm trying my best to appreciate the mix.
Yeah.
Because I do also miss hanging with comics every single night. Like sometimes I get fucked up about that too.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's a constant struggle of trying to find the correct balance.
For our hang the other night, I was wishing that we'd had dinner. I was like really looking forward to like eating dinner at the Olive Tree without a show.
Yeah, but the music was going.
I know, it was music
There
night.
was just no pot. I mean,
That's
unless
not for
we wanted
us.
a trombone in our fucking ear, we couldn't do it.
I wanted to hear Gypsy Kings. What was I going to say? I was realizing, though, that I did a set the other night on Mike's show. That was the first time that we've ever done comedy together where it wasn't just a showcase show.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, the first time I ever met you, I did your show in Soho. Is that where it was? The You and Alexis show?
Oh, yeah. The Illuminati show.
Yeah.
Which we got a cease and desist from the real Illuminati, or at least some guy who copyrighted that.
Cool.
Yeah. And we were like, dude, we ended that show 2 years ago.
You're very clearly not the Illuminati if you're sending a cease and desist.
We were doing a show in a pizza place, too.
It's like ISIS sending you a copyright infringement. Excuse me?
To Starbucks because they use her as the logo.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. What?
How deep are we?
We're like 118.
Oh, look
Okay.
at us.
Look at us.
What are we, the Joe Rogan experience?
Yeah, we're going to do another 3 hours. And we're going to get to the bottom of this trans thing. No, what was I going to say?
Oh, did you watch that? The YouTube video?
No, yeah. I mean, I'm like not done because it's like so dense, but that's a good.
I've done 2
What's his name?
drives.
Elephant Graveyard?
I think so.
That guy is a national treasure. I mean, I can't even like.
He's really talented. Like,
so good.
with the voiceover, he's funny. Like, whoever that is, I'm sure I think the voice is AI or at least a filter.
No.
or something.
I think it's his voice.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No shit.
I've been listening to him for a while.
Me too.
And you know, he's covered quite a few of our associates.
How comedy was destroyed by an anti-reality doomsday cult.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
It's so true.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
crazy.
even Marin, I think, shouted them out on a podcast. It was like, these guys, he's saying what I'm failing to say.
I mean, I don't know how to bring it to stage because it's so specifically, and I've tried to talk about it on here, but it's not funny. I don't know how to make it funny because I'm just like, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die, and comedy sucks.
The Elon thing, the Elon breakdown of like how he's tried to create his own reality based on his own trauma also made me take a deep look at myself.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh man, that is what we're doing. So anytime somebody's like, we're living in a simulation.
That's why I pay hookers to treat me like a nice mom.
Yeah, to put a lit candle in my hole and then drip it on my back.
Okay.
That's sorry.
All right, Mike.
Just so different from my everyday life.
So that's what two kids will do to you.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
It really makes you want to find the deep end of your own subconscious,
Yeah.
of your own pain.
You want to find out where that pain lives.
Yeah, but I mean, it's funny, and you don't have to agree, disagree. I don't think there really is an agree or disagree. It's just kind of just to consume and to consider. But it's like it's an entertaining.
It's a work of
hour
art.
and a half, 2 hours.
I think it's like a masterpiece as far as like a social critique of what's happening in comedy. I'm not like one of these guys where I'm like, comics used to be rebels and they can't like interview a politician or whatever. But at the same time, I do think that mainstream comedy kind of sucks right now because of the mass.
I think mainstream comedy has always sucked.
But I just mean like the mass consumption of it, where it's like you have to like. I get this guy like. I hope you watch this podcast because you're a dick. He every time I post crowd work, he posts nice crowd work clip. Like as like I'm better than crowd work, and it's like
he's a comic.
No, he's just like a fan. But I don't have enough jokes to put out 3 times a week,
right?
For you not to come to my show and see all the jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but I do think that like
is infuriating.
I know
Nice
it's like
crowd work.
nice crowd work every time too. And I have not engaged him because I'm not trying to give him the satisfaction. But
you will an hour and 19 into our podcast.
Yeah,
I love that.
If you stick around, you'll hear the real shit. We were going to talk about the news. I have decided, Mike, have you been paying attention at all to the Texas redistricting?
No.
So in Texas, Trump, he knows he's going to lose the midterms, right?
Okay.
So which means he would lose control of the House, which means he would lose his supermajority, blank check, be able to do whatever.
Which kind of renders like it like that would like soft dick the last 2 years of his term, right?
To some extent, I mean, he probably is at a point now where he's just going to stop listening.
And just do executive orders?
Yeah, or whatever. I don't really know, but he's already in a zone where he's talking about being a dictator.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That's cool.
But so he asked the governor or somebody in Texas to give him 5 seats. And gerrymandering, do you know what gerrymandering is?
Yeah.
So you can just redraw the lines of the voting districts so that like, oh, well, there's too many Democrats here. So if we redistrict it, these Republicans will offset them. Thus, we will win 5 more seats.
I've used this reference before, but it's similar to how Banks ended up on the Mighty Ducks from the Hawks.
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect example. Everybody hop on Netflix and way down in that. No, but actually that's probably on Disney Plus. But
so sorry, gerrymandering. Give
so
me 5 seats.
They did it. They redistrict so that they had 5. They would have 5 extra seats. I mean, this is obviously not foolproof because then they have to win the elections in those places. But California was like, "Oh, you're going to do that? Well, we'll redistrict so that we get 5 more Democratic seats."
Gotcha.
And it like they had to change the California Constitution. And then Missouri now came out and said that they're going to go for Trump. So we're kind of waiting to see which other. It's like New
the
York
dominoes are
or
falling
Washington.
of just everybody rigging everything.
Yeah, which
Openly,
I can't
at least.
understand how anybody is okay with other than like complacency. But I'd like to say that I'm not the kind of Democrat. Well, I'm not even really like, I don't even want to say I'm a Democrat, but I'd like to say that I don't want to play that game, but at the
Sure.
same time, it's like it doesn't matter.
But isn't that the whole? And this is spoken again from a dumb guy whose beliefs are probably outside the spectrum of any logic. But isn't that like what the Democrats have been saying they need? Like it's like the Republicans do anything to win.
I mean,
and
that's
they do
that's
win.
like the whole thing that we've been talking about. But I think it's like it doesn't even need to be that we redraw districts. I think it's just that we need to call losers losers.
Sure,
You
but I
know?
don't know if that helps with legislation. Like, because that's what the whole internet is just dunking on each other, and it just seems like we're not releasing the Epstein files because everybody's too busy being like, you don't care about this, and you care. It's just like infighting and distractions, and the whole loser thing is just that to me is like a hornet's nest of who gives a shit, where they're actually doing stuff like redistricting.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that.
What is this? Mike teaches Andy about gerrymandering.
I think you're right. I mean, I think it's like I think that it doesn't benefit us to just dunk on them. Although it's been pretty fun to watch Gavin Newsom, even though I don't really like Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
Have you seen him tweeting at
I've
Trump?
seen those things. Yeah. He's outside of, again, and I've heard just from Californians and then others that he's not very good at governing, but he's a very good debater.
I think he's like a Cory Booker kind of guy where he's just like a personality that likes being a celebrity politician. And
Yeah.
he used to be married to Kimberly Guilfoyle, who's now married to Eric or Don Jr.
Eric. Sorry.
I think that's about it. I think that's about it for today's show.
I like this. I like Andy teaches Mike about the new, because I'm really going to try to take
I'll
this
give you
stuff
some
in.
more next episode.
Yeah.
I'll try to find something that you really
Excellent.
don't understand.
I'm very
We'll go
excited.
global. Yeah. Global news. Mike, do you have some dates coming up?
We're going to do that at the beginning. Remember?
Yeah. Bye.